Welcome to nerdschatting, movie, TV, comic chat. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome everybody to the nerdschatting podcast. My name is Nate, and with me today are my two very good friends, JB and Ben. Hello, boys. How are you?
Hi.
Hello, I'm pretty good. How are you? You alright, JB?
Yeah, not too bad,
You alright?
thanks.
You alright?
I am.
You alright, Nathan?
Yeah, I've just got to log into my laptop, which turned off immediately as we started doing the theme because of the power.
You've got to put your security code in.
I have got to put my
Don't
security
forget,
code
it's
in.
1, 2,
Don't do it.
8, 5, 7.
I nearly put it in
1.
wrong because you were saying that. So, we have just had some delicious chicken dinner.
Yeah. I'm really full, actually. I feel a little bit bloated.
Yeah. So excuse us if we fall into a bit of a food coma, but we should be alright.
If it's a food coma, this podcast is going to be terrible. Even worse than it normally is.
We've got
You got
lots
a
of squeaky
chair.
chairs. Oh, JB's going to change his chair, see if it's any less squeaky.
Perfect.
It's great radio. This is the best radio ever. I can't wait to edit this. Air quotes, edit. So we've had some chicken dinner, and before that, we went and saw the newest MCU movie, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about it.
That's not Marvel. It's Marvel.
Oh.
I had this conversation with Nate outside the cinema.
Explain the conversation that we had.
Really?
Yeah, do it.
So the cinema worker came out of the screen and went, Captain Marvel is ready for you to go in. And I said, no, it's not, it's Captain Marvel. Then you told me that it was Marvel. And I then said, well, you told me before about the story of how Marvel gets the powers from Marvel? Something like that?
Sleeping bags, please.
Essentially what happened was JB caught me on a technicality.
Yes!
And he won.
Win for me.
So I've got a few questions that I've written down for us to talk about the movie.
Right.
So we're going to get straight into it, and
Oh, really?
warning,
Spoilers straight away
spoilers
from the start.
from this moment.
Got
Okay,
it.
we're not going to hold back on any spoilers. If we want to talk about something, we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
So the first question is, what were your thoughts before the movie? And I will give you a little bit of my feelings that maybe lead into what you were hoping for.
Are you going to give us your feelings first?
Yes.
Because I'm going to
okay.
take your feelings and listen to those.
Oh my god! So before going into the film, we talked about this because it was a bit of a first for us, all of us going to the cinema together, and we were saying like, yeah, I'm excited for podcasting with you guys, and I'm excited to have dinner with you guys, but I'm not that fussed by the movie,
Yeah, that's exactly what you said.
and I couldn't put my finger on what it was.
Can you put your finger on it now?
Yes, I can. Now I've seen the movie, I know exactly what it is about it, but I'll tell you that
Do it.
later.
Oh!
Yeah. So-
look at that. I'm on
On tenterhooks. I've got a little tease for later. Yeah,
you
yeah.
are a tease
Yeah.
today.
So I wasn't that. I was not sure about it going in. I was like, I said to you, we had a cup of tea earlier today. Sounds like we just hang out and have tea and food all the time, but that's not true. We do actually work.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said to you guys that might have like end of phase fatigue. I'm like, yeah, Marvel movies.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, they're all nice and fun and good. They're all kind of the same, and I don't
Disagree
know.
massively,
I don't know.
but whatever.
We talked about it at length. I obviously love the Marvel movies,
Sure.
Yep.
but there is an element of similarity to them.
Sure.
What did you guys think before going in?
Do you
Ben?
wanna-
No, please. Yeah, yeah.
I'll
This
take
is-
this bit.
this is
I
great.
think it's like shit before the shovel.
Age before beauty.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Nice couple of insults there. Thanks, gents.
Sorry, I love you.
So we had a phone call conversation yesterday about a work thing.
All we do
and
is
then
hang out and talk.
I know it's like we know each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then we skipped on to talking about the film, and our thoughts about going to see it today. This was yesterday, and I was sort of the same as you. I was like, I don't have end of phase fatigue. I don't know. Yesterday I think I was tired and I was hungry when I spoke to you.
Yeah, you were.
And
Was he hungry?
I don't know if he's hangry.
I don't think I was hangry,
Right.
but I was on the verge,
Right,
I think.
fair enough.
And it almost felt like going to see this film tonight was going to be a chore. That's what it felt like yesterday when I spoke to Nate at about
8? No, it wasn't that
6:45, something like
Is that because you were going to the cinema with Nate?
Yes,
Okay.
obviously.
That makes sense.
I don't know
I'm
what it was.
mature
I
to
don't
be
know what it
around.
was. I just my pants were not set on fire for this film. There you go. However, as the day has gone on, I have tried to stay off the internet and Twitter, but obviously every now and then I have to go on, and I've seen things about International Women's Day, people who've seen the film and have said, oh, you know, this or that or the other. I maybe looked at an Empire review and read the top bit, like the IMDb blurb, and the bottom bit, which is like they're sort of summing it up and their score.
Oh, I did have one good moment like you. When we were sat in the cinema, about to happen, and JB, you said, "Oh, I bet I'm going to get the Skrulls and the Kree wrong." And inside me, I went, "Oh yeah, there's Skrulls in this. That's quite cool." And that was a bit where I kind of was like, "Oh, that's good," because that's kind of like cosmic Marvel stuff.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But other than that,
Yeah, and then as the day's gone on, I've been more and more psyched to be going to see it. But I don't know if it was psyched to be going to see it because I'm going to see a Marvel movie with you guys, or that I'm just spending time with you guys. But I have more thoughts about the film, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
JB, what did you think before going in?
I was looking forward to the film, but I think I was looking forward to the end credits trailer.
That's hilarious. That is
because I wanted to see how it was going to lead me into.
It's almost
Avengers.
been a year.
Yeah. So, and was I disappointed? I don't know, but
hang on.
I didn't know if that was what I was waiting to see, and
that's interesting. You should the whole story wasn't what you were after. You just wanted
I
to
didn't
know.
think that. I didn't know.
Okay.
But
okay. So shall I ask my next question?
Yes, please.
It's a very simple question. The answer might be complicated.
Oh.
The question is, was it good?
It was good, but it wasn't great. I think it had a very messy start, and I think it took its time. Even though a lot was happening, it was taking its time to become an engaging story for me. When she got to Earth, and when she started, she bumped into Fury.
I was going to say, the exact moment that I was interested was when Nick Fury was on screen.
Yeah, Fury.
Sorry, Fury, yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, I was, like you, oh, this is not good. This is a bit painful.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I felt it was really flat. There was nothing dynamic about it at all. There's a moment where she looks out the window and you see Hala for the first time. Mm-hmm. And it made me think about Man of Steel. The opening of Man of Steel is set on Krypton, and it just has this bombastic soundtrack, and it revels in the fact that it's an alien planet, and it kind of swoops around, and you're like, whoa, this is incredible. In Captain Marvel, it was just looking out the window. Just looking out the window.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was not sure. What did you think, JB?
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I thought it was enjoyable. I think I liked the way that the story was. As you were going through the story, there were bits that were missing, and then it would fill you in, and you went back, and it was like a puzzle. Yeah, you try and do bits, and then you're like, I can't find that bit. I'll move this because I've got X, Y, and Z, whatever, and then I can go back. I thought it was good.
Yeah, the story was fun.
Yeah.
It was fairly predictable, I think, but it was still quite fun.
Why change the recipe?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I've said before.
But I think what I'm saying. So it's interesting we've come at it from different points of view. There, you were all about the story.
Yeah. And
I was all about this looking at it, and just the way that everything moves in the film just looks a bit stale. And I agree, the story was fun, and there was funny bits in it, and she levels up, and etc.
In terms of stale, yeah, I mean, looking out the window, what else was there?
Okay, so I felt like clearly Brie Larson is an incredibly athletic woman.
Yeah.
Right? But when she was running, in every scene that she was running, it looked like it was really taxing for her. Just running.
Okay, I know what you're saying. Because I must admit, at one point when she was running along, I did think, that looks laboured.
Yeah.
It's got to be the suit that she's wearing.
I'm sure.
Restrictive.
Yeah, it's probably restrictive. It's very restrictive.
That is the key to my tease.
Oh.
I realised that I think the film looks a bit cheap. I think the suit looks a bit cheap.
Oh, I disagree.
I think it looks like a movie made in the 90s with some special effects.
But isn't that the what?
Maybe they're trying to do that. Maybe it's very clever and it's hoodwinked me.
Because
I'm not sure it is.
I loved.
What did you think of the suit when it changed?
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, me
but
too.
Dumb reason of doing it.
But it did remind me of Superman. My instant thing, as soon as the colours changed, I like Superman.
Yeah, but she's all Marvel has always had those colours.
Yeah, hang on.
Superman came out like 30 years before.
When the suit changed and all that, that's another perfect example of everything was so a perfect coincidence.
Yeah, there were a lot.
There
of
were so many moments you were just like, well, I could just put that rock in my suit and it'll tell me all the things I need to know. Oh, and I can just. They were looking for light speed. What, they could do that already? Clearly, you saw them do it, and then I was just like, no.
Some of the stuff with Fury, like some of the decisions that were made when they were on that secret Pegasus base, and Fury was like selling her out, and then actually was back on her side, and all of that just felt like it all happened very coincidentally.
Yeah,
everything was a coincidence. Coincidentally, I don't even think it's a word. Everything was a bit of a coincidence. Things just seemed to happen just for the sake of them happening, and there were some bits in it that I just thought, oh, they've probably written themselves into a bit of a corner on that, and they probably just went, oh, let's quickly get out of this and move on to the next thing, because once the film got going, when she was on Earth and she did bump into Fury, it moved at a nice pace, and I thought that when she met, it's Maria Rambeau? Yeah, and her daughter, and they sort of had this connection. That I thought was great. I thought it was really nice.
Do you know how they really snuck up on them? Like, hey, I'm looking for Maria Rambeau. Or you didn't just hear the massive jet land next to them. Like, what? Okay, so look, we've kind of very, very quickly gone. Was it good?
Gone wild there.
Yeah.
You've made me chuckle. There.
So I got
so
that.
True. It's like, what was that sonic boom?
Yeah, exactly. Come on, because
maybe it's my beans.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
exactly. There were just a lot of moments like the movie, and like it took me out of the movie because I was like, well, they've just landed there. Surely they've just landed there.
Yeah. Yes.
And then later on, you see the plane there.
Yes.
So let me spin it around because I feel like we're monopolising the conversation here because JB, you did like it, didn't you?
It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
But I wonder whether all of my thoughts are always blinkered because I don't know all of the comic book stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think it was the comics that.
But I don't know if there was any secret like stuff. The cat I didn't really get. I don't know what that's all about.
No, I know.
So
okay, well, let's get because there's two more questions.
Oh right,
well,
sorry, you carry on. I was in mid-flow then, wasn't I, Ben?
Because
Thanks, mate.
the next question is bits that we liked, and the question after that is bits we didn't like.
Okay.
So I didn't want you to just spoil the question.
Oh, fair enough.
You hate me.
You're so always right.
No, because I want you to talk about bits you liked because you like it.
Sorry, I got to cough. Real bad cough.
So let's talk about some bits we liked. Jamie,
Yeah.
what did you like in the movie?
Oh, I'm thinking about it, so that must mean it's not. I didn't like it that much.
Ooh, no.
Well, let me cover it whilst you have a think.
All right.
Because I got some bits that I liked.
Okay.
I thought that Fury was great.
Yeah.
I thought Coulson played Coulson to a T.
He wasn't in it for enough.
No, but I don't think he was in it for enough because I think it was a little bit. I think it was a bit tougher to de-age Phil Coulson than it was to de-age Samuel L. Jackson.
I
Fury.
do think the de-aging. I mean, like there were moments where de-aging was incredible, but there were other moments where you go, I know that guy's older than he is.
Yeah. But Samuel L. Jackson looked good. He looked in good shape for this movie.
Yeah,
well, you say that, but then you talk about the running.
Yeah, he looked like when he ran.
When they were running away from the base, he was like
a 70-year-old man.
Yeah, I know.
Is he?
Yeah, he's quite old. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
he looks younger than he does now.
That's because they de-aged him for the film.
No. But what I mean is he looks younger in the most recent movies than he did as himself in this.
I also thought that Brie Larson was...
He's 70. He's literally 70. He's born 1948.
Oh, that's his real age. Whoops.
I also thought that Brie Larson was fantastic as Captain Marvel. And seeing... I know that we talked about her running at one point, looking a bit laboured when she was running after the train.
Every time she was
okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah. It's the same.
I thought that she was... I thought that she was great in the role. She embodied the character really, really well. She showed funny. Strength. Yeah. She was funny. There was character depth, the whole thing where she was remembering things and then sort of piecing things together.
Oh, that was lovely. That moment when they get the file in Pegasus. That was a really nice moment for me story-wise because I think a less established film style... Okay, I'm not saying this right. The MCU, we said the films have a certain way of doing stuff, and they're clever. They don't treat us like idiots, right?
Yeah.
I think if this was a standalone film, she wouldn't have figured it out at that point. But it was lovely for us, like, we're half an hour into the movie or whatever, we're 45 minutes in the movie. She would know. She's smart, right? She would know before she even saw the picture of herself. and you can see, and I think that was a great bit of her acting, where you can see her knowing, like, right, well, I know exactly what this is, but I don't want to say it just
goes from doesn't get it to gets it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, and you know that you can have that sort of moment, don't you?
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
just go, hello, all the lights are on. I'm thinking about this now.
And I like that she got it then. Sorry, Ben.
No, well, I was just going to say, I also I liked the story, even though it had problems. It's got first act problems, massive first act problems. I think if they had an extra 6 months or so to make this movie, they would have tidied that up completely. Maybe re-edited some bits or reshot some stuff. I don't know what, but it just felt, the first act just felt like it didn't move. Even though, like I said, even though loads was happening on the screen, and they're doing a secret mission, and then she's on the scroll ship, and yada yada yada. I just thought it could have moved a bit faster than it did.
Do you think it's because? Okay, so spoilers. The Kree are the bad guys, right?
Yep.
The Skrull were great in this. Everything with
I
the
thought
Skrull
so too.
was brilliant.
Yep.
So I wonder if it's because right from the beginning you're in the Kree homeworld and you're like, these are the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like you know they're the bad guys, right? Early on, you're like, these guys are not good.
Well, also all the bad guys that we saw in a picture walking around with Captain Marvel, with Vers, as she was called, when she's wearing her green Kree suit, are all bad guys in the comic books and in films.
Yeah.
So,
but people. Yes,
all of them.
You both know that,
but you didn't know.
I do know that a little bit because of Agents of Shield. But Joe Bloggs, who just rocks up and just enjoys watching the Marvel films and have watched it all in chronological order, they won't know that.
No, but what? And I didn't actually mean what Ben meant there. I meant what you were saying.
Yeah.
Like, you just know. You got a feeling about them. You're like,
something's not quite. Yeah, something's not quite right.
Yeah.
They try to make these people out to be bad, and you're just kind of like, well, are they?
Yeah.
Are they not? I don't know.
Yeah.
This kind of just giving power. It just seems that they were so much more powerful than everybody else, like godlike.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you do think to yourself, well, hang on, something's not quite right.
So I think the Skrulls were great. I really enjoyed all of the Skrull stuff. I loved the Skrull twists. I loved Ben Mendelsohn.
yes.
As Talos or Talos.
Yeah.
I thought that was a very clever bit of casting, actually, because Ben Mendelsohn is generic go-to bad guy in every film going, basically, that he gets cast in. He was the bad guy in Ready Player One.
Rogue One.
He was, he was, and the bad guy in Rogue One.
No, it wasn't Rogue One. It was.
Yeah, it was Rogue One.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah.
And he's been the bad guy in other things as well.
Yeah. But
and
he was so charismatic.
to cast him as a Skrull in this, everyone's thinking, oh, he's the biggest bad guy.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. He was a dad looking to find his family and save his people, who were basically refugees.
Yeah. Great bits. That was a fantastic storyline.
Now-
I know I'm hating on the film, but that storyline, wonderful.
Yep.
Loved it.
I have to say, though, I am a little bit concerned that some fanboys who are massively into the comic book universe are going to be a little bit upset with the characterization of the Skrulls.
Yeah. So
A little bit like they were in Iron Man 3 with...
the extremist armor.
No.
Oh,
the Mandarin.
Mandarin. Yeah.
So
JB, for
Yeah.
you, Skrulls are generally speaking the bad guys.
Yes.
Generally.
Yep.
In modern times in comics, they have softened slightly. There are some good Skrulls, but there was a whole storyline called Secret Invasion where Skrulls took over prominent members of the Avengers. Lots of people have suspected, because Skrulls are going to be wearing the film Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Lots of people suspected that in Phase 4, is it Phase 4?
Sure.
Later films of Marvel, there'd be a Secret Invasion storyline where someone who died in Infinity War is actually just a Skrull.
Right.
That's not going to happen because the Skrulls are the good guys now.
Right. Well, they've said it in that timeline, but things can happen.
This
Change.
group of Skrulls were the good guys. Don't forget, the snap has happened. 50% of those Skrulls that she saved and took to a new world have gone.
Yeah, I know.
So she is going to be affected by that because she's gone to save them.
I genuinely don't think that the MCU will do such a handbrake turn after having the twist in this movie be that the Skrulls are the good guys.
Yep. Sure.
I don't think they'll do a handbrake turn and say, well, in future movies, the Skrulls are bad guys. I think what they've done is they've done that to massive fanboys who know Skrulls are bad guys. It's not fair. I mean, we know Skrulls are bad guys, and we're not like keyboard warriors. But people who are expecting the Skrulls to be the bad guys, what I mean, have had a shock in this movie, and that's an artistic choice, and it's designed for us to go, oh, that's interesting. I don't think they'll go back on that.
All that matters, though, are affairs of the human heart. So if the human heart is broken, anyone could be a bad guy, Nate. Anyone. If Talos has lost his family, Talos could come back and he could perform with his science guys some kind of super experiment on himself, turn him into the Super Skrull.
Could do.
Wow.
Could
Super
do.
Scroll sounds awesome.
Anything else you liked from the movie?
There was loads to like. There was
Yeah,
lots
I
to
did.
like. I like the retcon.
Soundtrack was good. I thought the story was good. I thought Brie Larson was awesome.
Soundtrack was very good.
The
retcon of her origin,
yeah,
just to put that in, it being an explosion where she got her cosmic
Superpowers.
powers.
Yeah,
I like that.
So it's
very
all,
much like that.
All linked to the Tesseract.
Yes, again, there's powers linked from the Tesseract. There you go.
Right.
Who else has got their powers
Nate's
from the
not too
Tesseract?
sure. Look at his face. Oh my gosh. Are
I'm
you
not.
just tired?
No, I'm not.
You just grumpy?
I think they'll Guardians of the Galaxy to it again. I think that she will have been able to absorb that power because someone in her family is of Kree origin or of some alien origin.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
because
it should have killed her.
The explosion
right?
should have killed her, right? It
Yeah.
should have just obliterated her. There's some reason why. Then that obviously they also laid down. She didn't get on very well with her dad. You never saw her mum in the modern comics. Her mum is a Kree.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
So I think
It's
they've
been
laid.
retconned again. Yeah.
I think they laid
well,
something
Would
down.
Marvel have known that?
No, not necessarily. No, but I think that there'll be
If her
a.
mum was a Kree, wouldn't she have been bleeding blue blood?
Not necessarily.
Would it have been a blue-red combination?
Don't know.
Just checking it out. Just getting into the detail.
You did ask me why are some Kree like blue and some human
not.
skin tones.
Yeah, what's that all about?
No idea.
I think that the Hala is the Kree like home world,
Right.
but I think the Kree are made up of different races of people from different.
Oh, that
worlds.
would make sense, I think.
So
So some are blue and some are not blue.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
for
okay.
example,
Fine.
just like if you remember on Guardians of the Galaxy in Xandar,
Mhm.
on Xandar some of them are blue and some of them are not blue.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's just different strokes for different folks.
It
Sure.
didn't matter too much.
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
it doesn't
The,
matter.
the funniest joke in the movie, though, was when Digimon Honsu, or however you pronounce his name, was like, I don't laugh, and I laugh inside. And he was basically being Drax the Destroyer.
Yes.
But then the other person said, well, that's funny because, objectively speaking,
You're a very handsome
you're a very
man.
handsome man. That was the funniest joke in the whole movie. It was like, yeah, he is really handsome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's...
What did you like about it?
I like the Skrulls.
Yeah, okay,
I like Ben
good.
Mendelsohn. I liked Fury in it. I thought the cat was cute, but I didn't like the.
What was the cat
facey
called again?
thing.
What was
It was Goose, but
Goose.
No, sorry, it was a race of creature. I
If
want
only
to
there
say
was some way we can
jitterbug,
look it
but
up.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Fluffykins?
Something like that.
Cat in
Nate's gonna
Captain
we'll
Marvel.
fill whilst Nate looks it
Yeah,
up.
we'll just keep on guessing. Furry ball?
Gigglypuff or something?
Gigglypuff. You
Ah,
just
I
made up
dunno.
Gigglypuff. Come on, Nate, quick.
Oh, I've got onto time and then
Oh,
I
God.
didn't like
Doesn't
it.
matter. Doesn't
Goose the cat, Captain Marvel. This is great.
This
That's
is
what
radio.
I looked up. I just looked that up as well. Everything you need to know about Captain Marvel's cat. Ah, yes, I'll accept your privacy,
A
bloody
flirkin.
thing. Yeah, that's what it is.
Flurkin.
What did I say? A Gigglypuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like Fluffykins. So between the two of us, we smashed it.
What else did I like about this movie?
Did you like the 90s setting?
Not especially.
Why?
I thought it.
That reminds you of painful times in your childhood when you were bullied?
No.
Oh,
okay.
when you're looking at material that was taking a long time to download.
Oh no, that was funny. That was very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
because what's happening?
Yeah.
No, it's just loading. It's
I
like,
think those references. Those references
I
were
liked it
very
when she was in
funny.
the internet cafe and the darling didn't work.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
funny.
But again, that's
Maybe
funny.
because of my teeth.
that's
But
because her
it's-
time ran out.
Yeah. Well, oh, was it?
That's because her time ran out. Yeah,
Oh, I
she
thought it just-
yeah,
I
a certain
just-
amount of time and then it cuts
No, I
off.
thought it was just a bad connection.
Yeah,
Like,
so
the-
did I.
I'm sure it was her time ran out.
Nice modulating,
Yeah.
demodulating. You did
Thank
there,
you.
mate.
Thank you very
Modem.
much. Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was funny. That was good. I think the 90s setting, like, why were they driving like a really horrible old car to begin with, and then when they went to Pegasus, they're like this sleek, like,
Lexi or something,
Yeah, it was,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Well, I don't know because they didn't have
Make it up
advertising
then.
payments from the car company for the whole film. I don't know. It doesn't matter, does
Okay,
it?
so let's move on. What
Okay.
didn't we like?
First act,
okay.
which we've established.
There was a moment, I said it looked a bit cheap. I think it did. I genuinely think it did.
I disagree.
Cheap.
I don't think it looked cheap. I think there was some rushed CGI, but it didn't look cheap.
Maybe that's what it is. It looked like it was filmed on a set a lot of times. A lot of times
Go on,
I was
prove
like...
it.
Okay, so when they first go down to... I don't know what it's called. Tofu, the planet where
Torfa, I think.
Yeah, there you go. Wasn't far off. They go down there and they land, and they're like they walk up these steps, and you're like, right, well those steps are definitely a set because I can see them standing on it, and everything that's around it just looks really like, blurry CGI. I don't know. Maybe I was just picking up on too much stuff, but I really didn't think it looked great.
Is that
James?
And knife lasers, and then when she was just flipping around in space and
there's lots
spinning
of
around.
films that don't have nice lasers, so you can't use
I
that.
know. Okay, well, when she was flipping around in space. And
No, I
doing
love
stuff,
that. I love that.
I
Well,
thought it
is that
looked
towards the end?
Very CGI. Very, very
Well, it was
CGI.
done with CGI.
Okay, but
It's not real.
People really bashed the end of Wonder Woman for looking too CGI and silly, which it did. But this film had that as well. When she smashed through the Kree ship and she was going wall, and then came out, I was just like, oh god, this looks cartoony.
Oh, I like that.
Nah.
I liked it.
I didn't think it looked too bad.
Damn it, I was going to say something else that I liked.
She's a superpower, mate.
I know.
Balls.
Not a Wonder Woman.
I know.
Oh, Ben's gone.
Oh, I hate it when I do this. I was thinking of something that I really liked, and it was relevant, and I can't remember what it is.
Keep thinking while we talk about stuff we didn't like.
Yeah.
The coincidental stuff I didn't like either. There was lots and lots of it.
Ben's mentioned about first act and that. I think for me it felt like very small chapters of a book, and it did feel a little bit rushed.
Like a comic book?
No, not like a comic book.
It dragged in the middle when they were having a conversation at Maria's house, and I was like, "Oh, this is." What
are we talking about when she learns about the black box?
No, before that, when the scroll turns up, I'm like, "Oh, thank God for that. This is interesting." But it was just them talking. Didn't find it genuine, and I found it quite.
Ben's remembered.
tiresome.
Let's have his time.
Okay.
Only if you finish what you...
No, go on. No, because I don't want you to forget.
Before it was revealed, when Ben Mendo's character revealed actually that he was just looking for his family and he was just trying to save his people, I really liked the fact that you were guessing who was a Skrull, who wasn't a Skrull. Are they there for good? Are they there for bad? Are they going to, is Fury a Skrull? No, actually he's not. Oh, Coulson's a Skrull. Suddenly Rambo's a Skrull as well. And Screw. And I like that. And then when it was revealed that actually, because you're always guessing, well, who's who? What's going on here? Who's the bad guy? Who's not? And then it's revealed, well, actually, we're refugees. We just want to get away. We want to be safe. I need to protect my family, etc., etc. Then that was removed. But everything led up to that, I really liked. I liked the guessing game. Who's a Skrull? Who's not a Skrull? That was fun.
Actually, that's what I didn't like. I didn't like.
You didn't like that?
I didn't like. No. Well, how do you know? This is a point. So at some point, Danvers is talking to Rambo's neighbour. So how would she know he was a Skrull?
Yeah.
Because I don't understand. When it was Fury and he was with his boss.
Yes.
And he recognised because he called him Nicholas.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah,
so instantly, Fury's got, hang on a minute, something's not right
Yeah.
because I know this person. Then he says something and knows.
That tricks him. Like,
Yeah,
how we did it in Havana or something.
That was really cool. But how would I know
Yeah.
that you're a Skrull unless you did something ridiculous?
Yeah,
and stupid. So Danvers would never know.
And there was a very convenient plot revealing moment where she was saying to Fury, "Oh, you got to prove that you're a Skrull."
Yeah.
Like, well, they can copy it down to DNA. No, they can't. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. When she said that,
Yes, they can.
No,
They're not carbon based.
I nearly threw my popcorn in the air and got angry.
No, I think that's what I didn't like. I didn't like the bit where when she went to the bar and she was saying about him being a Skrull because I don't get it. I didn't understand. How would he know? Oh, because she can shoot fire lasers.
Yeah.
Not fire lasers.
Knife lasers.
Knife lasers out of her hand.
Yeah.
Brilliant. What does he know? He's never seen an alien before.
I know, and it was that's what I meant about the plot reveal.
He'd seen the Skrull earlier.
But he wouldn't know what the Skrulls could do.
Yeah,
That's
he didn't
true.
know that.
And it was just a moment so that they could have a conversation about Nick Fury's background.
Yes.
That was it. And I was just like, oh right, so you've written that entire plot point about Skrulls can only take the recent memories so that we can have Fury's backstory. It felt like really
Bit
obvious.
rammed home, yeah,
Really. Like, there was nothing subtle in it. I'll tell you that. This movie was not subtle in the slightest bit.
Which is sometimes refreshing.
It's not
I
going to
guess
win.
my Sprite.
Very nice. Other
like the Avenger
soft
Initiative.
drinks are available.
No.
The Avenger Initiative.
Yes.
Groaned.
I saw you groan. In fact, I felt the groan.
I liked it.
You just went. I just said this. No, I
The
thought.
Avengers got their name from Captain Carol Avenger Danvers. Come
No,
on.
it was cheesy
It
as.
was cheese. Thank you, Jamie.
It was too cheesy. Even I mean, I'm the king of cheese. I love a bit of cheese, but that was just too much for me. It
Oh,
was
I
just too
liked
much.
It was
I
too
liked it.
wrapping it all up, you know.
Yeah,
and I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact
fair.
that the power source of the Tesseract. I'm like,
He didn't.
But that ties it back to the Infinity Stones, which is where a lot of this comes from.
Yeah, I guess so,
I don't
but-
think you really needed that point of Fury trying to write the Avengers
No.
act. You didn't need that bit.
No.
You didn't need that. And I don't know whether is it linked to the comics book?
No,
Is she,
no.
That was just completely made up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Just take it out.
Yeah.
Didn't even need it.
Disgrace loved it. Thought it was brilliant.
No,
fun,
it wasn't.
lovely, nice little bit of cottage
No.
cheese.
Other bits. I
No.
didn't- no. Other bits I
No
didn't like,
cottage
just
cheese
the,
for me.
No, I'm not a big fan of that type of cheese.
The cat, I really, really did not like. The
No.
cat doing
I
the-
freaking love the cat.
No.
No, I agree.
It completely was like, oh, what are we going to do? Oh, well, we've got a cat that can fire, like, tentacles out of his mouth. Like, we all knew something was coming with the cat. Yes, they laid it down thick for us that something was going to happen with the cat. But it didn't look good. It was a bit weird. It swallows the Tesseract. Oh, man, and maybe that is how it is in the comics. I don't know, but I was not on board with that.
I thought the cat was going to be something different. I was waiting for the cat to talk.
Yeah,
That's what I was expecting.
I thought it might have been the Doctor. I thought she might have like shapeshifted or something into a
Yeah,
cat
maybe.
or something. I don't know, but
Yeah, the cat was a bit weird.
yeah,
Because it was in the movie from quite early on.
yeah. When they were in Pegasus, yeah.
So it's just all of a sudden and
Oh, when they're in the 0G when it's pushed back.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Oh, that was stupid. No,
Oh, I thought it was brilliant.
No, it was dumb.
I
You
also
two are grumpy.
I know I'm not. I don't. I very rarely agree with Nate.
True.
Especially being his boss at work. But
True.
you know,
Oh my God, he's not my boss. Let's be clear.
but the cat, like when Fury first sees the cat, I'm just kind of like, I don't see Fury with that sort of soft
No,
side.
no.
Even, I don't know, 20 years or how many years it is that you're meant to see him when he's in Avengers things. Just didn't. It was a bit weird.
Actually, that's something I didn't like as well. I know we're harping on stuff we didn't like, but I didn't like that Fury didn't have an arc. I thought he was going to be like that. When he sees the cat, he's like, "Oh, the cat's cute, girl." Yeah, that's. I thought, okay, he's going to be a bit soft. By the end of the movie, he's going to be a hard bastard because he's had to face these space aliens.
Yeah.
And although I know, that maybe that one movie isn't enough to give him a big enough arc to change that way, I thought it might be something because later on, Fury is a double hard bastard.
Mm.
In this movie, he was. Even when he got scratched at the end, he was like, "No,
That was a bit-
it's fine."
that was a bit poor as well.
That was badly done.
Yeah, that was. Is that how he loses his eye? Really?
No.
How does he lose his eye?
Various different versions in the war because he's originally he's a soldier in World War II. No, Vietnam. I can't remember which one it is.
Yes.
Vietnam. I think he was in both actually.
He was in World War II originally, and then he was in Vietnam later, and then other things.
In the Ultimate Comics, it's Wolverine stabs his eye out. I think
so. Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought that was very silly. Fury didn't have an arc, and he very, very quickly accepted everything.
Yes, that is true. That was some of the coincident stuff that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But, none of these films are perfect.
No, they're not. But I thought this was an Ant-Man 2 level quality of movie.
I think I would
Hang on.
agree with that.
You would?
Yeah,
But
I think it's
it
filler.
was a bit better than Ant-Man and the Wasp. But I don't think it was... Like, if we talk about Marvel solo outings, origin story films, we talk about Iron Man, we talk about Captain America the First Avenger, we talk about Thor, we talk about Doctor Strange, we talk about Black Panther, I'm trying to think of others we talk about.
Yeah, but
It's not at the same level as Iron Man, Thor, or Black Panther.
it wasn't slick and it wasn't clever.
Or even Doctor Strange,
No,
actually.
it's absolutely. I really don't think it was clever at all. And Marvel movies, I expect to go along the ride and go, "Oh, that's quite a cool little thing they've done there. Oh, I like that with the story." Whereas this, I was like, "Well, that was lucky." And oh, really? And that was the whole thing for me.
I think that there was an incredibly tough job to do with this character, though, because this character is being touted as the saviour of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Not the films as a whole, because the films aren't going down in quality.
No,
really.
Well,
but she's going to. Well, yeah, okay. But she's coming in Endgame to save or to help save everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. So they had a tough job to set someone up who is going to be as powerful as she is to take on Thanos.
No, we don't know if she can. We know she's double-R'd. That's what I liked. I liked the power-ups.
Yeah.
But it was rapid power-ups.
Yeah.
We talked about this in another podcast, didn't we? And we've seen like Captain America over like 3 films get stronger, and Iron Man.
Yeah.
But this was kind of like, tink, I'm ready to pop. Tink, I've gone again.
Yeah.
Boom, I'm in big time.
That thing, kaboom! That thing on the back of her neck, I called that, to myself, I will admit, but I called that being like some kind of inhibitor chip almost. Yeah. Just like Doc Ock has in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
He has that on the back of his thing, his smart arms. The second that goes, they sort of take control. Well, I guessed that was... You said it.
Yeah,
before the film started.
My theory
She's
wasn't
got the
quite
powers.
right. But she always had the power, and they were trying to stop her or take it from her, is what I said.
Yeah, so they were actually trying to control the power set that she had, not make her as powerful as she was.
Yeah, well, exactly right. Exactly right. They were controlling a weapon.
Yeah.
A weapon that they knew that if it turned against them, they'd be in big trouble.
Yeah.
Big trouble.
I think when there is a sequel, because there will be a sequel to this film, I don't think this film is going to do Black Panther money, but I think it will do well. What I really liked, something else I really liked, was I remember when we sat down in the cinema, and we weren't the first people in there, but we were by no means the last. The amount of teenage girls I saw coming into that cinema, like 2 teenage girls, like friends coming in to watch this film together, I thought was great.
Yep.
Absolutely fantastic, because it's a female superhero.
Yeah.
It's giving teenage girls someone to look up to and aspire to a little bit. I know they can't be superheroes. I'm not trying to.
But I can't be Captain America. I can
Exactly.
be him, right?
Exactly.
But that's an interesting point, actually. I wonder whether they've, because of that, and I guess that stereotypical comic book guy, is maybe they've toned that geekiness down a little bit.
Yeah,
in the
maybe.
film to bring it to sort of bring that different varied audience in.
I think you're probably right. I think the character is great, and I think she's a brilliant actress, and she's done really well with the character. I do think that she had some really nice moments, character moments. I think she was very charismatic, very held the screen when she was on the screen.
Yeah.
But I just think she was let down by a story, by a not a story. That's not fair. Let down by a rushed, cheap movie.
Fine, that's okay. What I mean, because I don't disagree. I don't think it was. I don't think it was cheap. I think some of the CGI was rushed.
Call it what you like. I just didn't think it looked great.
Fine. I would like to see that character given to someone like the Russos, which is now happening, and them do something. Give her a film.
Yeah.
Almost like the Winter Soldier, where
you
see her at the height of her powers, put in a situation where her powers don't mean anything, because that's her powers are a little bit of a Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina. Yeah.
So giving her something where a story where her powers aren't actually a help, and she's actually got to do something else. She's got to use her brain a little bit. She's got to be smarter. I mean, she's very smart anyway. In the movie.
You say that, and I think that would be fantastic. But at the end of the film, when she's talking with Jude Law, it's out. Let's just fight hand to hand, and she just goes, "I don't know. I don't need to prove anything to
Blast.
you."
Yeah. I liked that, by the way.
Well, it was okay,
because she doesn't have to prove anything to anyone.
No,
or anyone.
Her dialogue was good, but the bit where she just shot him was very just like.
But I think we've talked about this, that if she's powered up to where she is now, we're assuming, there's no assumption here, is it? Captain Marvel, if there is going to be a second film, it's going to be after Avengers.
Yes,
it has to be.
Yeah,
absolutely, unless they can rush something out now.
No, yeah.
But what I like what you're saying, where she can't use her powers, and you've got to use. But where does that lead? I don't know. You want a baddie who's going to be at that same level.
Yeah.
But that's Thanos.
Yeah, but then how do you do a sequel if you've got rid of Thanos?
You got rid of if you get rid of Thanos,
Nathan.
Yeah.
Ask yourself that question and then stop and then think about the comic books and the cosmic.
Yeah, I
comic
know,
books,
absolutely, I do.
And then
I know,
ask that question
I know,
again and answer.
Of course, I know that,
Come
but
on.
for this movie and the way they set this movie up, anyway, I think what you're saying is she's leveled up. She's going to have to use those powers.
It's going to be difficult for that's not the answer for everything. That destructive sort of.
Bearing in mind as well, she leveled up in 1995. She's been gone for 20 years.
I think
what level are her powers at now?
The Russos will make her super awesome.
Very relatable, I think.
I think there's some similarities with Captain America: The First Avenger, where that was a bit cheesy and not particularly a great movie. It's fun, but it's not a great movie.
It's a boys and adventure film.
Yeah, and then you hand into Joss Whedon in Avengers, and he's awesome.
Yeah,
and then the Russos
Winter Soldier,
and he's just this unbelievable character. Well, that you can't not watch. I think the same thing will happen to.
I want to see her playing off against the other Avengers. They see her powers and they're like, "Holy shit!" And then she sees what they can do, and she's like, yeah, well done. You're kind of like Bugs to me, but, still, nice effort, turning into a great big green rage monster and punching things. Now I'll just come in and sort all this out for you.
Right.
I am very much looking forward to seeing what happens in Endgame. Very much. And by the way, the first mid-credit... I think we're at that point now, aren't we? Or I can talk about that?
Yeah.
The mid-credit... not trailer scene, the mid-credit scene where you've got the Avengers, and they're talking about the pager and it stopped working, and I didn't expect that at all. I did not expect that at all. I didn't expect to see those characters. I didn't expect to see Scarlett Johansson turn around and see Brie Larson right there, and she say, "Where's Fury?" By the way, something I want to ask. Nick Fury likes to be called Fury. I'm taking it all the way back to the Winter Soldier, where Alexander Pierce calls him Nick.
Huh.
That's a nice little tie-in, isn't it?
Yeah,
nice little tie-in there.
Well done.
Yeah. And he also said, "Last time I trusted someone that cost me an eye." He loved that cat. It took his eye.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a scroll, but
it was a bit cheesy. It was a bit cheesy. I think they were leading us down that path.
I thought the mid-credit scene was superb, and I was already salivating for Endgame. I am now. My hype meters are at maximum.
I'm glad they've got hair straighteners in space. That's good.
Dude, in the 90s, it was all about the big hair.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, hair looked awesome.
Yeah. She had the Rachel, didn't she?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. Now she's got the Rachel? Yeah, she's got the Jennifer Aniston. That's all straight now. Whatever. Sorry, I did have a thought while you were talking then. I glazed over and stopped listening to everything you were saying.
I do the same for you.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Fine.
I said about the CGI doesn't look great.
Sure.
Iron Man 1 and 2 looked far better than this movie.
Okay.
Question mark?
I didn't take away I didn't think the CGI. It didn't make me go, ooh. I just went with it.
Fair enough.
I just went with it. She's in space. She's gone supernova.
What CGI in particular?
I didn't like
it. She
it.
was smashing through the creature.
Almost all of it. Maybe it's because I was taken out of the movie. Maybe I wasn't engaged with the story, so I was sort of just looking around a bit more. Maybe I was picking it apart because I wasn't engaged with it.
Yeah, film brain.
Do you think maybe in a sequel, Ronan the Accuser might be her bad guy?
What, you think they're going to set a sequel in between the gap?
Well, he said we'll come back for the weapon, and they went, what, the Tesseract? And he went, no, her. So I think they're sort of lining him up to be a bad guy in a sequel, potentially.
So what you're saying is they've given that gap.
And we know he can't die because he dies, spoilers, in Guardians of the Galaxy. So
And actually, there was a lot of speculation leading up to this as to where Captain Marvel will have been. Like, she's going to be like trapped in ice like Captain America was. Actually, she's out adventuring.
Yeah.
She's Buck Rogering out in space.
In the 21st century!
Exactly, yeah.
And in between Captain Marvel and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Ronan the Accuser goes from being an accuser to
like
a Kree terrorist
he's a fanatic.
zealot, fanatic lunatic. So how does that happen?
I didn't like him without all the black on his face. I
looked at him and thought, what's wrong with him? Something's not right with him.
He had a shave.
He didn't have the. He has like the Kree
war paint
on him.
Two big questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Best character or actor and worst character or actor in the movie.
Well, best for me is Brie Larson.
Yeah, I'd have to say, I have to agree completely.
Okay, I think Ben Mendelsohn was for me. I really, really loved him on screen. Like when he was being bad, I loved it. I was like, yes, you're an awesome bad guy. And then he was good. I was like, you're really cool. I like you.
You're a nice guy, really.
Yeah, I know he was good. Very runs Brie Larson quite close, but
Right.
I think Brie was.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's her film, but he's great in it. The special effect, the transformation from doppelganger Skrull into whatever they were sort of.
That was
what
brilliant
was
CGI.
Didn't like it.
No,
what did they say? What was the phrase they used for when they copy someone? Tag? No. What was it?
Sim or something.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember.
I think I did know.
Yeah.
It was Sim, wasn't it?
Yeah, sim when they simulate someone. Yeah, I thought that was great. I thought the practical makeup on all of them actually was really really good.
Was great.
I thought the changing was good CGI. I'm sorry, I thought it was good because it looked painful and nasty and.
Oh yeah, the design was cool. I just
Yeah.
didn't think it looked. I thought it looked a bit shiny. You're really angry at me for not liking this, aren't you?
No, no, you're definitely allowed to think what you think, but don't forget you're wrong. The Oscars and money do not lie.
Okay.
Black
Empire
Panther.
Online.
Hashtag Black Panther.
Yeah.
Hashtag Black Panther.
Empire Online gave it 4 stars
Okay.
out of 5, which I don't agree with. So
I would probably not give it 4. I would give it 3.
that's okay.
From my personal.
I think
and I
3
know, I know a lot about films.
3 is fair, and I'm picking it apart.
Hang on, we haven't answered. You
I'm
haven't
sorry.
answered who we don't like.
Yeah, worst actor, worst character.
I don't know if there was anyone that
Jude
was
Law,
terrible.
he's
Jude Law, boring as you like.
He was boring.
Oh my god! Whenever he was on the screen, like dull. Oh god, why is he here?
But isn't
yeah, I agree, JB.
Isn't that just who Jude Law is as a person?
No, I don't think so. I think he's gotten so much better as he's gotten older. As an
I
actor.
agree,
I
but
think-
it was very wonder. His eyes were pissing me off.
Yeah,
I don't know what they did to his eyes, but I don't want them. They're looking at me.
he had bad guy eyes. Like you soon you saw him, be like, "Oh, you're a bad guy."
Yeah,
You've got yellow
he
eyes.
just
You're
seemed to
bad.
be very lack of expression.
Yeah.
It didn't matter whether he was having a hot cup of tea or a cold cup of tea. It's the same face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was so dull.
If I have a cold cup of tea, my face is like that. Ugh, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
and,
Fine.
And she sent him off. That was such a I'm sorry. The ship that she sends him off in, like, destination, Hala. And he's like, you can't do this. Well, he could probably just get out of wherever he's in. And then...
No, I think he's tied up.
Okay, and then the ship can't fly, but I'll just blast it once.
Well,
and it
yeah.
can fly
Oh,
now.
actually, yes, I agree with that. I didn't like her blasting the ship, and then that meant it could fly.
Oh,
so
brilliant.
suddenly her blaster powers mean the ship can fly.
Of course she is.
That's
She's
a
got
bit-
force
But that's
main.
that's
Yeah,
the
that's
that's
a bit
the
weird.
age-old thing of like if someone goes into a room and like the door closes, the only way to make sure it stays closed is to shoot the lock mechanism, or the only way to open it is to shoot the locking mechanism. It's just that thing. Right?
Yeah.
It's just dumb. So who was the worst for you then?
Oh, I don't know.
It was Jude Law.
I don't know. I don't. I think that the other Kree, like on the Special Forces Kree team that
Yeah.
Jude Law had, I don't think they were given an awful lot to do. They were just there as people to get punched in the
There was
face.
almost too many of them. The
Yeah.
fights with them was just like, oh, come on. She's just leveled up. She can blow a hole in a spaceship. When she shoots you, you're like, oh, whoops, I'll just dust myself off. Like,
Have
no.
they got superpower suits on though?
Maybe.
Like they've all got mini
I-
deflector shields.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think these guys are
Stretching there, I think, Jamie.
These guys are supposed to be a bit stronger as well because they're Special Forces Kree
Oh,
superhero.
yeah.
Yeah, of course they are.
Whatever.
Take a punch in the face.
Okay.
What was your favourite bit?
My favourite bit of the movie?
Yeah. Don't say the end, you son of a bitch.
No. The bit when Talos reveals that he's actually a good guy and they're having the conversation in the house. That from all the way up to when they figure out that the coordinates are in space and they're having the joke with the science guy. That whole dialogue scene was just so good.
Yeah.
It was
Over dinner. Was that over dinner? Was that over dinner?
Yeah, some of it was over
Yeah.
dinner, some of it was before that.
Yeah.
I think I probably liked that most because there was no CGI, there was no forced story to no coincidences. It was just some people having a conversation. Some of it was funny, some of it was hard to listen to because it was emotional. It was
I
good.
think there were another thing I dislike about it. I think there's too many action scenes.
Yeah.
There probably wasn't enough dialogue.
I thought that when she was jumping on the train, I was like, God, I don't really know anything about her. This is weird.
We made it to another action scene already?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I thought that same thing, JB. Yeah.
Maybe I didn't like this film. I think that there's
Are we
more things I
talking
disliked than I liked.
It's okay to dislike a lot of a film and still like the film.
Absolutely. Green Lantern is one of the worst movies ever made. so much of it is wrong. I mean, there isn't really a good part about that movie, but I love watching it. It's so bad.
Nate and I did an almost 3-hour film commentary of Man of Steel, a film that Nate loves, and he spent almost 3 hours pulling it apart
ripped it to
at the
shreds.
seams.
Yeah, but I still love it.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to love it.
Cool.
Too.
Yeah.
I really like the bit where Captain Marvel, Danvers, whatever you want to call her, she was in the, she was seeing the Great Intelligence, the Kree Great Intelligence, and they were having this. That was the bit where the thing broke off her neck. She leveled up completely, fully recognised her powers. Well, actually, almost, because she couldn't quite fly at that point. She only realised she could fly later. I thought that was just nicely done, but I love it when a superhero levels up. It's like my favourite thing.
It was actually, that was a little bit cheesy, wasn't it? Because it's like, yeah, but I'm human, and I get back up again. That's kind of like, because you go through it, and then you see the little girl on the beach with a really scrubbed up face, and it looks like she's just pooed her pants.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter, because then I'm going to get up, and it doesn't matter what you blast me with, I'm just going to power it off, and that little inhibitor that was there, I can blow it off, mate.
Yeah. It was a bit cheesy.
I did love it.
It was a great big bucket of cheese, and I want to dump it all over my head and lick it off.
No pun intended with Brie Larson.
Oh, nice.
Do you see what I did there?
I see what you did
And
there.
what a cracker.
Oh, there's the door.
Oh God.
Can't see ya.
So you, what was your review? 3 out of something?
Yeah, push.
Would you watch it again?
I might have to.
Yeah, no, you do. That's why I asked you.
Actually,
Did you fall asleep? Did you fall asleep?
No, I had a conversation earlier today, and I said, "Would you see it if I didn't like it?" And the response was, "Nah." Anyway, so there's another final question. Okay. How does it fit with the MCU? So we were talking about this when we were having our chicken dinner, or collecting our chicken dinner. Is that how the Tesseract? Is that where the Tesseract ends up?
So the first time we see the Tesseract is when Fury, after Captain America: The First Avenger, is in the after credit scene of Thor, where Fury shows it to Dr. Selvig, and Dr. Selvig is at that point possessed by Loki, and he says, "Oh, it's worth a look," and Selvig says that to Fury after Loki's sort of looks in a reflection of himself and says, "Oh, that's worth a look."
What movie is that?
That's in the after credit scene in Thor, I believe. Fury's already got it, so he's already got it because he's got it here.
I think you're right. You know,
I think I am.
I hate it when he's right.
I know.
It's
right?
very rare.
Yeah.
I know. What does it mean for the MCU? Well, we don't know what she's been up to for the last 20 years.
No, but that was a nice bit. It was a nice bit that she was actually just off doing something, as opposed to them shoehorning in that she got trapped in ice or something. You know.
Sure.
I think it's opened up the door for more storylines, and it's great. Yeah. It's tied. I love what they do with the MCU, and it's like it feels like it's a spaghetti mess.
Yeah.
But actually, if you follow it, logically,
it pays off.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. What?
So you sorry.
Well, go
yeah,
ahead, go on.
But so you're starting off basically before the sorry, I'll rephrase it's how it links into Endgame.
Yeah.
And how you understand this character. I think that's what I love about it. I think it's the whole package.
Yes.
Sometimes I don't. You'll eat something and you'll be like, "Oh, this meal's all right," but I've got my steak. I'll have that in a minute. You know.
Yeah.
And that's what it makes me feel like. It's all just a part of this big picture, and that's why I like it.
So I have to question why Fury's never used the pager before, because he was handed it by her in the film, and she says it's for emergencies only. Oh, I'm sorry, Avengers. When they're being invaded by space aliens, that's an emergency. When there's a rogue AI threatening to blow up the world, that's an emergency. When S.H.I.E.L.D. is being eroded from within by Hydra, that's an emergency.
Yeah.
Why didn't he use the pager before?
Mate, it's power-up emergencies.
I agree.
People disappearing, never seen that before. He's seen alien invasions before because it happened with...
Oh,
True.
bloody hell, JB, you're right.
Sorry.
Oh, son of a bitch.
It's like a security incident, isn't it? Or an operational incident.
Nice. I think...
Fucking prick.
Yeah. I'll bleep that bit out. I won't.
No, okay.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so I think it does fit.
Oh, of course it fits.
It fits nice and snug.
But was that snug fitting like rammed home to us too much?
No, I think it was comfortable. It's like putting on a nice pair of slippers when you get home.
Yeah.
All right, you've got that feeling. You know what it feels like. You know what you're going to get. It's just cozy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think she's been doing for 20 years? Because we know the Kree are still out there.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I have no idea.
But they are making peace with people now. Like they made peace with Xandar.
You could do a big cosmic storyline in the sequels if you wanted to do it in the gap. And it wouldn't matter because you could just do it off somewhere else. You could do Annihilus if you wanted to.
Oh my God, do that.
No, don't do that. Do that in another Avengers movie.
So
but do it down the line, but do it.
So based on what you're saying, is this movie, as I've said, it's opened up lots of doors now to
absolutely,
different characters and different routes. What is it that you'd want to? What is the best thing that you want to see?
I want to see her. I think you're probably right. They've left the gap open of that time frame so that she can be doing stuff. I want to see big cosmic storylines. I want to see stuff off Earth. I don't want to see Earth anymore for her.
Yeah.
Until Endgame, I know we're going to see that first, but like for her next outing.
Well, you know that's going to happen. Isn't
Yeah.
it? You can bring. There could be something that brings her back into somewhere else.
Yeah.
And when you talk about cosmic storylines, is this going to be like completely off the charts?
Yeah,
crazy
yep.
sort of science that no one's really going to
Yep,
understand.
definitely. Do the nega bands, or do like Kang the Conqueror, or do
God,
do the Phoenix Force, or do Annihilus, or do Galactus properly. Do a Silver Surfer. Give us, I don't know.
The problem with having a character like Captain Marvel now is that if the biggest threat up until her was Thanos, and she's here to deal with Thanos, the only way to go after that is huge. Is Annihilus, is Kang the Conqueror, is the Annihilation Wave.
But it will build it up. It will build it up to that huge, won't it? It's a bit of, as Avengers have. How many Avengers films have we had? Is it 4 now?
This is the fourth one.
The fourth one's coming out next
So
month.
they've spread that up to build it up to this.
Oh,
crescendo.
they'll do it properly. They'll do it properly.
Do Adam Warlock, which they've been promising for movies and movies and movies, and do the Kree Skrull war properly. Like, have her be on the side of the Skrulls and do a proper war.
Interesting. Yeah, could do. There's a lot they can do.
Yeah.
We'll never figure it out.
Give us Nova. The Nova Corps exists, although don't give us Nova because Nova works best when it's just Nova.
Yeah.
And when it's the Nova Corps, it's a little bit like, it's a bit more like, okay. And they've made those characters a bit less heroic.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah.
They're more like a police force, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
So we're ranting quite a lot now.
Yeah, we are.
So it does fit in the Marvel MCU. We've done it. I think most of this podcast has been, I like that bit when, and I didn't like that bit when.
That's how we review things, right?
I think
Yeah.
We haven't done a review for a little while.
No, yeah,
No, it
that's
hasn't.
weird. Yeah.
So, just going back to scores, so you're giving it 3 out of something.
At a push. I mean, I really am stretching there.
So maybe 2.5?
I don't give halves.
2?
Yeah, why not?
Wow. 2 Captain Marvel fire fist blasts out of...
No, I'll give it 2 Skrull chins.
They're not bollocks on their chin.
Two Skrull chins out of a Kree without face paint.
Oh, okay. Wow. What are you
Wow.
giving it, JB?
I don't really know how I follow that, so I'm
No,
just gonna
yeah.
give it 3 stars out of 5.
Fair enough.
I'm going to go out of 10 because I like to do something different. I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10.
It's not a 7 out of 10.
Yes, it is.
No way.
Yeah, it is. There's
Wow.
enough in there that it's a solid 7, and I cannot wait to show this film to my daughter soon. In a couple of years.
I don't think this film was very good.
Uh-oh. He wants the last word.
No, I'm just saying that's what I feel about it.
Yeah.
What did you feel about it?
He said.
Sum it up quickly. One tiny thing.
I enjoyed it. It was enjoyable.
There you go.
My very first words, good but not great.
Cool. Right. Where can people find us to tell us how right or wrong they are about this, Ben?
Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Search for Nerds Chat and you'll find us.
You've really condensed that down. You really slimmed that
Because I
down.
don't like talking for 2 minutes about things that I have to remember in my stupid brain.
Did you like that I like draw it out by asking you things?
Yes.
Is Podbean one of them as well?
Yeah.
Cool. Just checking.
Well,
Yeah.
nerdschatting.podbean.com. We're also on iTunes and Spotify. Oh, well, Spotify went wrong this week, but I emailed and said help, and I think they fixed
What was
it.
it? Yeah. Whose
I don't
face
know.
was it?
There
It was
was
a weird person's
there was
face.
some guy with a purple background, and he looked like someone from a boy band, and it said "Nerds Chatting, no podcast episodes yet available. Come back later." And you flanked it to me. I was like, "What the hell's this?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I'll finish doing the work I'm paid to do, and I'll do the work I want to do." So I emailed. Actually, I went onto a like a Skype for Business chat with someone on Spotify. And
Do we
they
pay
said-
for it?
No.
No.
Well,
No, we pay for Podbean.
Yeah,
not
that's what I mean.
Spotify.
Yeah.
So the service should be there.
Yeah,
God
damn
damn
right. Hashtag free service.
Yeah, give us our freaking service credits. No, anyway, so I spoke to someone on a chat, and they said, we can't help you, email these people. And then I did, and within a day it was fixed.
Brilliant.
Such a cool story, bro.
I know, right?
Yeah, nailing it, gnarly.
Son of a bitch. I'm going home.
Did you say about the email?
Oh,
Yes.
right, yeah. You can email us, nerdschatting@outlook.com. There you go.
I was just really just giving you a hard time for
Do
that.
you actually
Yeah.
get any emails at all? And if you do you ever reply, or do you just troll them?
No, I don't reply.
Are you ever going to reply to that guy you said you were going to
Yeah,
interview?
I'm interviewing him on Monday.
Oh, good,
What
finally.
for?
Well, maybe the listeners will have to find out.
All right.
Spoilers?
Brilliant. Yeah, spoilers for what?
Just chatting.
Oh, brilliant. Back in there, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you've had a bit of a hiatus, haven't
I
you?
have had a hiatus.
Yeah.
I'm back now,
Lazy
yeah.
prick.
What? Right, I think we're done.
Yeah, we are, guys.
We'll be back next week with something else.
What are we going to be?
Don't know.
Okay.
Talk about Game of Thrones.
That might be a good shout.
That might be a good shout.
Yeah. We'll talk about something about politics or like sexuality in Game of Thrones or something maybe.
Oh,
Sounds good, all right then.
Bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye!